Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, kids. Breaking news regarding Maximum Football. Breaking news from Maximum Entertainment. A new announcement trailer has been posted, and we're going to look at it together. Initial response has been not great. not great in the Maximum Football Discord. We're going to go through it together. It's about 3 minutes, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on it, and then we'll kind of talk about what I feel this is going to point to, and what I think needs to be fixed. So let's jump in. Let's see what we got.
Maximum Football fans, it's Luke. We've been quiet lately
Poor Luke.
because we've been busy. And today, we're ready to talk about what's next for Maximum Football, starting with a major step forward for our development. We've officially partnered
The beat's
with
kind of fire, though.
Ocean Games to continue the development of Maximum Football. They are experts in building stable, high-performing systems with experience working on some of the biggest titles in gaming, and they're already deep in the trenches with us to improve the foundation of this game. With OpenOcean on board, we are narrowing our focus to two core priorities for the rest of the year. First, we're refining the flow and the feel of every play to make sure the actual football product feels right. And second, we're revamping the MPL experience to be more accessible and rewarding for everyone.
We don't care about MPL.
To reach these goals, we have to be honest about the path ahead. You've heard a lot of big ideas in the past, some that are already in the game, and some that simply didn't materialize. We're resetting that narrative today with the reality of what we're building. First, let's talk about physics. We've talked about implementing backbreaker style physics in the past, but at this point, it's simply out of scope for the team. Instead, we're improving the physics-driven engine we already have to ensure every hit and cut feels authentic. Console memory issues are another priority since a large portion of our community has encountered these. Because of this, we won't add features that risk worsening these problems, so roster and team sharing is on the bench while we fix the foundation.
I don't have a problem with roster and team sharing not being available right now.
And finally, we're putting
get over it.
100% of our fire into the core of the game. We'd rather do one thing well than three things simply okay, so we won't be adding other rule sets like Canadian football in the near future. The work starts now. Our first update with OpenOcean drops March 24th. In this update, we'll focus on addressing several pain points that our community has been feeling, with future, larger updates making bigger changes to the title. First, we're working through the community bug reports to improve the daily experience game to game. Next, the game broadcast is getting a change that people have requested for a long time. We're removing the splash screens between each play to keep the game moving and you in the action. And finally, we've gone under the hood to begin optimizing the game across all platforms so that you can experience smoother gameplay. The team is hard at work, and we will reveal more changes as we approach the March 24th update and beyond. Check out the full patch notes when the update drops and let us know what you think. Thanks so much for
We've been letting you know what we think for
let's
3 months
continue
now
building
and
the
beyond.
ultimate football universe together.
All right. Okay, so let's talk about it. First and foremost, it would be unfair to say this is 3 minutes and 21 seconds of nothing, but it feels like it a little bit. And you can kind of understand that, especially if you've been hanging out in the community for a little while. I understand that not everybody that plays this game is in the community, but and not on the Discord. But a couple things. I don't know anything about this other organization. This, what is it? Ocean. What is it? Ocean Spray? No, I'm kidding. They sell cranberry juice. What do they say? Open Ocean. There we go. Jesus. All right. OpenOcean. Don't know anything about them. I mean, anything. Literally anything that could help. I mean, I'm open to it. So some of the things that they talked about, there was a lot of what we're not going to do, which is fine, but I feel like this is something that could have come out in a mid-season patch note or something. The franchise mode drop was on December 23rd. It is February 17th at the time of this recording. We're coming up on 60 days since release. Franchise is still broken. You cannot advance past the first round of the playoffs. There are numerous other issues with franchise, but that's kind of the big one. Or when you play a game, it will give you, even if you win a playoff game, it may give you a loss sometime, and the scores and stats are completely different. Your brand new feature doesn't work. It would seem to me that should be a hot fix sub 30 days after launch. That and the fair catch bug, where you take a fair catch in the end zone and it starts you on the goal line. These are not things that should wait until March 24th. These are things that should have been hot fixed within the first 30 days, really within the first 2 weeks. These are emergency game-breaking bug fixes that are necessary. And if you're not going to fix them, you need to tell us that we're bringing in a new dev team. Something needs to come out and be addressed for stuff like that. You roll out a brand new game mode and it doesn't work. And that's what a lot of people are facing right now. Some people have reacted very strongly to the part of this trailer that said that there were going to be updates to Maximum Pro League, which is basically MUT. A lot of people resent that the mode exists because they believe that Madden Ultimate Team ruined Madden. And I do agree with that. I think MPL is better than MUT in the sense that there's not as much pay to win and stuff like that involved. I think it's a little bit more of a slow burn. And I'll be honest, I don't play Ultimate Team. I am a franchise mode guy, but I'm bored with Dynasty. I'm on year 7. I can't advance my franchise. So I've been playing MPL, and I'm champ 3 and I suck. So, I mean, it is, I'm getting bored with this game, but I think the worry for me is like, the only things that I really want to see fixed in I almost said Madden Pro League again, Maximum Pro League, is they need to fix the ping problem when you're the away team. And they need to implement a real report and ban system for people that quit early, for people that grief, and for poor play. There really is no reputation system or report or ban system in the logic right now. But that's pretty much it. Make it playable, but there shouldn't be any major overhauls to it because people want franchise, people want Dynasty, and they want these things to work. It does frustrate me that we're now going to have to wait another 5 weeks. We don't know what's going to happen. There are people that paid money for this game. It is a free-to-play game, but there was early access. It's a ticket-based system to play games. So if you wanted to not have to wait for tickets to regenerate, you could buy the premium access or legendary access, so you wouldn't have to worry about the ticket system anymore. People bought the starter pack to get additional stadiums and first-run cosmetics. So some people have invested money in this. I did too. And look, it's nothing to me. I mean, I knew what I was getting into because I was supporting an indie dev. I knew what was going to happen. I've been in this game for a bit. But the fact is that this is kind of a weak trailer. We're now moving to another dev team, or we're bringing in more devs or different devs. I want to believe that this is going to help, but a lot of people, rightfully so, are skeptical. Some of the feedback I've seen is that the trailer didn't really give us anything. I do not envy Luke in the slightest because I know that he is merely the mouthpiece for this, and he I'm sure personally he feels our frustration, and personally he probably feels like they have every right to feel this way, but he can only give what he can give. So the long and the short of it is, I am encouraged by the fact they're getting rid of the splash screens, because the splash screens screw up no huddle and they don't work right. I'm encouraged that they're focusing on the football and focusing on gameplay. For me, it's encouraging to hear that they're focusing on the football, but they should have focused on the football all along. Everything else is just kind of, window dressing and stuff that doesn't really matter and doesn't make pertain to making it a great football game. I don't care that they're not implementing Canadian rules. I don't care. It's a neat thing, but they have to get the core game taken care of first. They have to get the fundamentals taken care of first. So I know people want that, and they're not going to get it, and that's okay. I don't care that team and roster share aren't going to be ready yet. I think that's something that would be a great thing, a year or two down the line. But again, this has so many core flaws and fundamental flaws that those need to be addressed before any of that happens. So I'm not super upset about that. What I want to see is that the modes that are in the game actually work. That franchise mode works like it's supposed to. I shouldn't have to. I should be able to finish a whole season, which I can't. I should be able to play against CPU and Dynasty and have them not take an unnecessary fair catch in the end zone, and then on top of that, start them on their own goal line. So all I have to do is blitz them and sack them for a safety, and I get the ball back. I mean, it's great to win a game, I guess, but it's cheap and it's boring. So as far as I'm concerned, this trailer, in my opinion, is a swing and a miss for the most part, because it's just another thing. It's just a visualized version of the stuff that we have heard every couple of weeks from Luke in Discord, which is, I have stuff to tell you, things are coming, and then they kind of gave us some stuff piecemeal. There's not a lot of weight to this. I understand they can't make it a 20-minute trailer and saying, here are all the things we're going to fix, but it feels like they didn't really address the stuff we asked them to. And it just continues to perpetrate a disconnect between the player base and the devs. So basically, to put a bow on all this, March 24th is Judgment Day for Maximum Football, in my opinion. It is make or break. There are a lot of people that have already left. There are people that are going to hang in like me because I've invested money in it, and I believe in the game, and I've enjoyed the team creation, and I put a lot of time and artwork and stuff into making custom teams. I am willing to give it. I'm willing to give it a chance, but this is probably it. I mean, there are a bunch of us old guys from Tecmo Bowl and stuff that are keeping an eye on things, but we all have jobs, we all have lives, families, wives, kids. We have other games that we play. At some point, something's got to give, and in my view, March 24th is make or break time for this video game, and I'm not sure. I hope there's enough to keep it alive. I hope there's enough to bring some people back. But Madden 26 went free on EA Play the weekend of the Super Bowl. People are going to go play that, or they're going to go play something else. And I just hope there's a player base left. I mean, on PC right now, they're averaging, I think they peak at 75 every week, and I think they average between 30 and 40. The wait times for MPL are around 10 to 11 minutes because nobody's playing online. This game has such high potential and had such high hopes upon announcement, but they're running out of time. This has to be a big swing. This has to be a big update. This has to address a lot of stuff, and they can't stay silent. They have got to let people know what's up. They have to keep people informed. Compare it to Rainbow Six Siege's announcement of Year 11 over the weekend. I understand that Ubisoft is a titanically huge game studio with their own problems, but it was all, hey, here's what we're going to do. Here's what's going to come out Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. These are the things that we're looking at for the future. This is what Maximum has to do. I understand that they need to under promise and over deliver, but they need to listen to the group and the community, and they need to give us more information, because it's desperation time, guys. I mean, in every sense of the word, it's Hail Mary time, without a doubt. So what I'd like to see in the next update are the following things. When it comes to MPL, I'm just going to go mode by mode. When it comes to MPL, I would say just fix the fact that there is a high ping when you're the away team. Fix the Firebirds glitch where you're always playing against the Lubbock Firebirds and you can't see custom uniforms on console. There is a workaround for that. You have to delete your entire block list on your console for that to get fixed, which is stupid and you shouldn't have to do. And I would like to see a real report and ban system, or a players to avoid system similar to Overwatch, where you can mark a player so you don't have to play them again, and during matchmaking it will filter them out. I hate getting the same griefer every time I matchmake, and I have to leave and come back and try to matchmake again to see if I can get someone else because I know how they play and I don't want to play them. those are the things that I would like to see fixed in MPL. I don't think you have to do too much else on that right now, except for those things. If I'm missing a major bug, please put it in the comments below and yell at me on the Discord if you want to. As far as Dynasty is concerned, there are quite a few issues there. One of which is when you're trying to upgrade your facilities, you spend the cash and it lets you upgrade them, but then as soon as you leave franchise and go back in, the money is given back and the upgrades don't take. It's great to trick the achievements and get those achievements unlocked, but it's not, the updates aren't being kept. Also, when you do coach mode, kicking is weakened. No matter how strong your kicker is, they will miss extra points. They will miss field goal attempts. The kickoffs are really, really weak, and that's true for franchise as well. A lot of kicks that get penalized for not landing in the landing zone, that all has to be revamped. Also, getting rid of the border around the screen when you are playing in rain or snow. Also, a lot more rain and snow games than necessary. I think I played in one Dynasty season, I played 12 games and 11 of them were in the rain. And also making the weather realistic to the location, so it doesn't snow in Southern California. Those things could all be cleaned up across Dynasty and franchise. And then as far as franchise is concerned, I mean, there are a lot of things. I know people are concerned about roster length and having to trim the rosters down to get under the cap, having all these players being in the 90 ratings. I think there needs to be a way when you create a team to designate it as either a dynasty or a pro team, and then have it auto configure with a default roster. And then you can do your own editing, random names, random ratings, make it more balanced. And then also the problem with advancing the playoffs in franchise. There should also, and shout out to my boy Apostle, because I know he wants it, sandbox mode in franchise. We have got to turn off the salary cap. We have got to turn all that off. It's just, if you're not going to get it, if you're not going to make it so we can auto reduce the rosters down to 53, let's turn on sandbox mode so cap space isn't a problem anymore. That's something that we absolutely need right away, and I would like to see that covered. Also, being able to sign free agents is such a chore, and this kind of goes hand in hand with the other thing I want to talk about, which is injuries. I was down to my 8th running back by week 4. I lost 4 in the preseason, all from wrist fractures. I had 5 broken necks on one team in another franchise that I did. We've got to tone down the injuries and make them more realistic. And also we have to make it easier to sign free agents, because I'm offering triple the salary at some point, and at some points, and they're still turning it down. So that whole mode is a mess, and I think they launched it too soon. Lastly, around the battle pass or season pass, give us stuff we want. Don't give us stuff we're never going to use. If I see one Easter Bunny or St. Patrick's Day leprechaun themed item in the next season pass, I'm going to go blind. Give us equipment that we want. Give us things that we'll use. Give us stuff that we really want to go for and shoot for. And more people will get this season pass because they can get something really, really cool. As far as cosmetics are concerned, make the visors fit the face masks. There's too much bleed over into the face mask, so it doesn't fit right. I'm thinking of some of the larger face masks. The visor looks stupid. It doesn't fit right. Set it up so it conforms to the mask correctly. That also goes for mouth guards. I'm never going to wear them because the lips protrude through the thing. And those are just things off the top of my head. Oh yeah, there are some issues with stadiums. Some of them don't work in MPL, and it kicks you to the desktop. There are a million more bugs, but those are the things that I would like to see that come top of mind. But bottom line is, it's not a super inspiring trailer. I'm glad to hear that there are a couple of things that they're addressing. I really, really hope that bringing in OpenOcean will fix this, but don't get it twisted. March 24th is Judgment Day for this game. I think if they fall short on this, it's dead. And you're not going to get them back. So, with that being said, I want this to work. I hope it works. I'm going to say it one more time, Maximum Entertainment. I believe in you. But we're running out of time. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if there's a feature that you would like to see in this new trailer, what your confidence level is in this new update, I should say, not new trailer. Let me know what you would like to see in it, and tell me what you think this game needs for you to stay for the long term. Otherwise, I'll be back in the next one if there is a next one. Appreciate it, guys. See ya.